If you're struggling to poo, or you're not pooing as frequently as usual, or you've got hard, dry poo which is uncomfortable or painful when you go to the bathroom, then you could be constipated. But don't worry, because in this video we're going to cover 15 natural methods that you can try at home to both treat as well as importantly prevent constipation. Now, you'll want to stick around to the end of this video because my number one tip is something that time and time again I've recommended to patients, and without fail they've responded positively to it. However, it's probably something that you've not considered trying before. So at number 15 is prune juice or dried prunes, which is one of the more traditional remedies for constipation. Prune juice lacks the fibre of the dried fruit, but both are high in sorbitol content. Sorbitol is a water-soluble compound which passes through the gut undigested. It then draws water into the gut, which bulks up your poo, and it then stimulates a bowel movement. And number 14 are apricots, which are high in fibre. Now, dietary fibre increases the weight as well as the size of your poo, and it also helps to soften it. Now, a bulky poo is easier to pass and therefore decreases your chance of constipation. Now, to use apricots, you can either eat them naturally or you can de-stone and chop a punnet of apricots in half. Put them in a saucepan with a small amount of honey and add 2 tablespoons of water and turn the stove to a low-medium heat. You should then stew them until they begin to soften and then take them off the heat and leave them with a lid on to cool. Now, these are delicious for breakfast and they go fantastically with natural, unsweetened yogurt as a really healthy breakfast option to start your day. Now, at number 13 is water. It's crucial that you stay hydrated during the day, and in general, you should be aiming for 2.5 litres or 12 glasses of water a day, which will ensure that you're refreshing your system and helping to break down any food that's sitting in your gut. Now, a mug of hot water is also great for settling the stomach and encouraging bowel movement processes. Now, number 12 is ginger. Ginger is a popular natural food in many kitchens, and you can pick some up from most supermarkets in the vegetable section. Now, ginger helps with constipation because it reduces the pressure on the lower intestines, and it can also decrease other symptoms that often accompany constipation, such as cramping, bloating, as well as nausea. Now, you could use fresh ginger in tea, and I've included a link in the description box of this video as to how you could consider using it in your cooking, but it is worth pointing out that it can cause heartburn in some people, so it's important to bear this in mind before using it. Now, at number 11 are apples and pears, both of which contain high levels of fibre, fructose and sorbitol. Also, apples and pears contain high levels of water, which again help with digestion and with avoiding constipation, as I mentioned just before. And number 10 is lemon juice. One cleansing way to encourage bowel movements is to try taking a glass of water mixed with the juice of half a lemon before bed as well as when you wake up. Now, you might want to drink this with a straw because you could find that your front teeth become sensitive over time because of the citric acid in lemon that can damage the protective enamel of your teeth. Option number 9 is fennel. This is a natural laxative, and fennel seeds help your digestive system by increasing gastric enzymes. You can add roasted fennel to warm water for a tasty evening drink. And number 8 are kiwis. Again, this is a popular fruit which improves digestion, and it's one of the better tolerated natural remedies for constipation. Kiwis contain actinidin, which promotes movement in the bowels, and scientific studies suggest that they can help increase water content in the small bowel and ascending colon, which again aids your bowel movements. The next option are blackberries, raspberries and grapes. These are option number 7. Again, these are high in fibre and water, and they're great fruits to help ease constipation. They're typically best consumed raw, and make sure that you wash them before eating them. Now, option number 6 is olive oil. Some people take a tablespoonful of extra virgin olive oil once a day and suggest that it's helped them with constipation. Now, whilst the scientific evidence on this is limited, there was a study published in 2014 which suggested that olive oil did help to treat constipation in patients with kidney disease. Now, other people have suggested that it could act as a natural laxative, but it's likely that this effect is going to be quite mild. Now, whilst the effects of olive oil might not work for everyone, even if it only offers slight relief, it might be worth considering adding this healthy oil to your diet, as chances of any negative side effects are very low. Number 5 is something again that you may not have heard of. This is something called sauerkraut. Now, this is not as well known as some of the other natural methods to encourage bowel movements, but sauerkraut is fermented raw cabbage, and you can pick it up from most stores. It's inexpensive, and it can be really good for your overall gut health because it contains probiotic bacteria, and may help to reduce constipation and help your overall gut microbiome. Now, another popular source of fibre are pulses, which promote gut digestion and reduce constipation. Now, pulses are foods like lentils, beans, peas, as well as chickpeas. They're also high in other nutrients which can help encourage bowel movements such as zinc, folate, potassium, and vitamin B6. Now, number 3 are natural yogurts and kefir. Now, probiotics are contained in many dairy products, including yogurt and kefir, and they help to empty your bowels by softening stools. They also improve general gut health, and it's important to get natural, unsweetened versions of yogurts and kefir and try to avoid the flavoured yogurts in supermarkets, because if you look on the back of packaging, they're often very high in unnatural sugars. Number 2 are whole wheat bread and bran. Now, adding weight to stools to speed up passing through the intestines, whole wheat foods are a great way to encourage bowel movements. Now, a clever way to add even more fibre to your diet is to choose whole wheat bread and cereals that contain nuts and seeds. And finally, at 1, something that many people don't actively think of but makes a huge difference, and that is positioning. If you felt the urgent need to relieve yourself, but you've arrived at the toilet only to find that you can't go, you might find that adjusting your toilet position is helpful. Now, it's imperative that you stay patient and you don't force your bowel movement, as this could actually cause damage. So my tip is to have your knees higher than your hips and keep a straight back. You might find it handy to keep a toilet stool in the loo, so something like a squatty potty stool. Also, when the time comes to poo, try and tense your stomach to help empty your bowels rather than the rectum. This will help prevent things like hemorrhoids or piles. Now, it's important to mention that if you're experiencing persistent constipation or diarrhea, so changes in your bowel habits, blood in your poo, you're losing weight without trying to, or you've got severe or ongoing tummy pain, you've got a lump or mass around your bottom, especially if this has lasted more than a few weeks without getting better, then you should go and see your doctor. That's because these symptoms could potentially indicate a more serious underlying condition that requires medical attention. Finally, I'd advise that you don't try all of these remedies at once, because this will likely make your bowel movements go the other way and make your poo too loose. Instead, try 1 or 2 of these at a time and see which works best for you. Finally, this video is intended as a general educational resource only, and it is not a clinical advice video, and it should never replace individual medical advice from your own health provider. I hope you found the video useful, helpful. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. And once again, thanks for watching, and until next time, bye.